Okay, hi everybody. Um, what I thought I would do is come back and show you progress that that we've made since the last video, and just sort of show you parts and pieces of the game and what we're putting together. Um, we were focused on the sheep and resource gathering as part of our puzzles, so I wanted to kind of give you an update on how that's looking. We're going to be looking at a certain section of the game, and I'm going to cheat quite a bit. That we've got these cheat codes baked into our system, so we can get around without actually playing the game, which is a really good idea as you're developing. So this is when you play the game, you choose whether you're from the village or the city, and you're picking a culture, and essentially there are sort of equal capabilities in both the city and the village. And so this is what I wanted to show you. In our last devlog, we were talking about, we were getting this system to work over here, where you go out and you find the sheep, and then once you have the sheep, you can get the resources and the wool. And we were just trying. I think last time we were just trying to get this little graphic to show up. And so I'm going to go ahead and I can run a script real quick that shows how this works now. So it actually goes out and gets the sheep for me, and then it gives me what I need. And so what happens here is now when the user clicks on the little gear, it's now a gear, and once both sheep are present, then I get the wool, and it will tell me, it'll change it to an exclamation point. I haven't gotten that far yet, but this is the machine that you need to process the wool, or one of the machines that will process wool, and then you just drag this over to here, and it starts to process the wool. And this particular machine turns the wool into G7 disposable respirators. And so this was sort of the test of, making sure that the resources provided you with valuable pieces in the game. And so these respirators help in the Nystrom mines. And if you've watched some of the other stuff, you know that the Nystrom is it's our sort of resource that allows. This is Nystrom here. It allows you to transact within the game. And so, for instance, you need Nystrom to buy things, and so you use it to purchase. Items in the game, and then you can grab things. And if you steal them, then you get bad karma and so forth. But anyway, that's just a dice. Okay. What I really wanted to show you was the city, and so we did the original village, and we were working on that. And we're going to complete the village resource management, and then in the city, it works a bit differently. Like this is, if you're from the city, this right here, you can kind of see it as we're approaching. This right here is your barn, right? And it looks more like it fits in with the sort of industrial look. But it wasn't something that we originally had in the game. This area right here wasn't something we've added that for the farming, and then we've added this over here for. And so in order to add a 3D environment to a 2D image and get it to be in perspective is a bit of a challenge, right? And I'm sure maybe AI could just post it in there, but we do it a little differently for the most part. So let me kind of give you how that works. So here we haven't coded this in, but we're going to be coding the same sort of gathering the sheep and the resources for the sheep and so forth. We'll be doing that for the city. This is your home in the city. It looks much different than the home in the village, but and there are certain things that you'll be able to do in the home that you'll be able to create and sort of monitor but around your home are your barn and your garden that help you obtain resources. So how did we put this and get it into the views where the right angles were correct? So what we did is, and I'll just show it. I'm going to bring up Blender real quick because I think it's kind of fun. Minimize him. Okay, so what we did was, you can see that in Blender, and this is a really basic Blender environment. I'm going to zoom out. It wasn't long ago that I had a cube, and then I deleted the cube. And what I did was I brought in a static image of what we wanted to work with, and you do that really pretty easily. Up here in the add, you go to image, and you can bring in a mesh plane of an image, and you can go in and select this is different segments of the city that I just captured. So I think this is let's see, different things that I've been working on. Here's one. We'll just bring it in. It's the sheep one, which looks a little different. So, but I have one in there already. I can delete these two, and I can show you how that works. And I'm just gonna kill those guys. This is the little hay bale that when I render the image, put the hay bale in there. But so what I'm going to show you is what's really important is the camera view. So the camera view is like this, and what I wanted to do was you can see that the object that I've got is back here. But what's really cool is that when you select the object, and I'm in object mode, and I can, at this point, I can rotate this object, and it will give me the right perspective. So that's certainly the wrong one, but I can play with it and make sure that I get it in the right shot that I want. I can rotate it along this axis. I mean, it's actually pretty close from where I had it. And I think what I did was I got the other scene first. So I had a segment where I was closer to the home building back here, and then I got the angle just right. From that angle where the camera rendered that particular scene, you're sort of looking back on it like this, and so this image changed. But once you have that, then what I do is I just put a drop. I take one of these guys out, just move it out of the way, and then I have my object that I'm trying to render. And typically what I'll do is, there's a lot of grays in this, I'll actually drop another plane in the background and give it a solid color like a red, and that way I have an image to key it against, and then I just render it out. And so I'm rendering out the image, and behind it might be a green screen or a more solid image, and then I'm able to just kind of grab that in Photoshop and drop it in, and it's perspective matching. And I've done that time and time again in the game now, just as I've added different sections and different pieces to the game, that because we stuck with the game images that we built in '96 and '97, and so we didn't want to get too far away. We didn't want to, at some point the engine will actually work in a 3D world, but for this world we want to keep it the way it was back in the day. So anyway, that's how that works, and we're going to move on to the next thing.